Nearly.
Yes, people, welcome back to another Transform evening. And tonight I got three other lads who knows about Newcastle United. So welcome, guys.
Yo, John, you got me on thinking we were talking about Italy and how beautiful it was, man. You've got us on the false pretenses.
Hey, there's the true Geordie. There's the.
There he is. Has he made it home? Has he made it home?
I'm at home. I'm
What's
at home.
country with Dave?
Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, you're back home now.
Just about.
Just
Well, you do swim it.
The fucking landing was a bit rough.
I bet. I bet. Listen, guys, I was going to say, if you want to like the video, please smash the likes up. Do hit the like button. Do subscribe. Also, leave the comments in the live comments so you know what to do, you know the crack. So, I want to talk about our win. Start to you, Ryan. Newcastle won Burnley 0. About high time that you got a win.
Finally, the season, I'm not going to say starts now, but it finally kickstarts our season. We could get confidence from that win. And one win, it's looking bright. I mean, like from 10th to like where we are now, it's like a 6-point difference. So a few more wins and we're looking a whole lot rosier.
Yeah, totally agree there. And what about you, Sam? I mean, what's your take on our win? And is it about time we've done it?
I just didn't know how to celebrate it because I'm not used to it. I mean, I don't know what to do. Saturday night, I was a bit stumped because I thought, wait, we haven't won a game in about 6 months. So what? How do I celebrate? Do I enjoy it? Do I think it's probably gonna be my last win for a while? But you know, it's hopefully now it's looking up rather than back.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fantastic feeling for this sort of thing. Like, we already celebrated as you won the league, but listen, a win's a win. It's about time we've done it. And what's you doubling?
I thought it was great. Like, I was there, I was in the Gallagher end, and I'm normally a quiet lad, like, you know, like, I was fucking singing along, giving a fucking socks. But yeah, I thought it was great, and hopefully it's the first of many. Hopefully the floodgates open now that we've like broke the the jinx or the curse or whatever you want to call it.
Oh man.
So hopefully we'll start picking up, and it'd be great if we could pick up points against one of the bigger sides, like the so-called Big Six, but or something like that. Like if we pick up like unexpected 3 points out of them, like that could really spur us on. Like,
yeah, have to agree. Must win Leicester on Sunday as well. And Billy, what about you, mate? I mean, you must be over the moon.
I was absolutely delighted, and it even more so by how easy it was. I mean, 1-0. Generally, you sit on your hands, bite your nails, but never in any danger, really, was we? And now we travel to the King Power against a COVID-ravaged Leicester squad. Hopefully, they'll play the game and it isn't postponed. But 3 points for the taking there without any further doubt, and we get them 3 points. We could even be out the bottom three, couldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, we just keep doing what we're doing, sort of thing. Just start winning games, defend properly, keep clean sheets, and whatever. Then believe you me, we can stay get out the bottom three. I don't think we go down this season. I mean, we are going to spend in January, in my opinion, and really get ourselves out of the bottom three. Trust us on that. I've got Truls, Evening, John, Billy Chapaz, and the Canute. Okay. And everyone saying hi. And Paula, I don't know what that means. You're going to have to spell it a bit, Paula. I do apologise. Just the training vid conference is getting better. The lads are looking good. That's some tunes.
It was a brilliant video.
It looks. I haven't watched it, but I'm going to catch up with that on the way I go. And Trash Jules, and also got hi from Fantanji. And we got to Joelinton and good evening, John and guests. Hope you're okay. And also the super chats are open. and you can then donate what you want. It's up to you, 100%. It's open, and anything we much appreciated. I don't beg. It's your choice. So yeah, on to talk about Joelinton, Ryan. I mean, look at he's been outstanding for the last few games. I mean, where's this guy came from? What's he done? Was it
Good coaching.
You went easy on him.
Yeah,
Have you broke up with him, John?
Well, to be honest, I think I did throughout this whole time because I knew the thing is when you go from Julian Nagelsmann, who for me is the best like young coach in the game, to Steve Bruce, he's gonna crucify any player. And the fact that we thought he was a striker from the beginning because he took the number 9, but you do a bit of research and you see he's not. And he gets now he gets the number 7 shirt. He's not pressured to get any goals. I think and the fact that Eddie Howe like gassed him up a few times, like I was confident that new life would be breaded into him, and that's what's happening. This whole talk of him being a midfielder, I think that's a bit. I'm not for that talk. I think he's more of a number 10 at most, or number 7, like he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, what about you, Chippas, on Joelinton?
Have you broke up with him? Is there something gone on there? Because like he just seems to be like different. Like I was saying, a different Brazilian. I mean, it's like we've had 2 years of somebody who couldn't kick a football or couldn't do anything with a football, and now we seem to have somebody who can do something with a football. But as Ryan says, it's down to coaching and probably just giving them a bit of confidence to say you're better than what you are, and just go out and play. Just that we've got nothing to lose. Just go out and play. I'm not scared. Don't be scared of anybody because you couldn't trap cement, could you, before this season? I mean, Jesus. So, just go out and play. Don't be scared of anything. Just play with the freedom, and that seems to be what a lot of the players are starting to do now. Just because they know what they're doing. I don't think they knew what they're doing in that Bruce. I just think it's proper coaching. That's all.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I mean, yeah. What about you, big fella, Billy Joelinton? As you shot his.
What we saw with the Steve Bruce regime, yeah, clearly. But the confidence is there in him now. He's showing stuff that we've never seen before. He looks powerful. He looks quick. He looks enthused to play the game. He's got tight control when he's been in tight spots. And I'm like Ryan. I don't want to really see him in midfield. On the left side or the right side of the forward 3, or maybe he's a number 10. Would suit him. But the work rate is fantastic from him. I don't mind him coming back to help the defence at times, obviously, but just looks like a completely new player. And I think the difference is under Steve Bruce, the tactic was get the ball to Allen Maximan, and if he can do something, all well and good. And now it's a team game, and everyone's getting involved, and obviously it's benefited Joelinton massively, and long may it continue.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, he's been for me. I think he's been outstanding for the last few years, and he's certainly woken up, like sort of thing. You know what I mean? And listen, I'll cuss him out loads of times. And listen, I love to be proved wrong, and the players is proved on. Joelinton's proved us wrong. Do you know what I mean? And he just looks better and better. And let's hope that he does more and more and more. And double him, Joelinton.
Yeah, I think he if he keeps putting in that work rate, it's going to come good for him. He looks like he's enjoying his football. I have nothing bad to say about him in the last few games. Like he's been doing very, very good, and like he's fighting for balls. He's taking a beating sometimes. Like during Burnley, I think he was jumping up, and there's 2 other lads jumping up against him, trying to keep him down. Like, and he wasn't afraid to get involved. Like, so it's only good things for him at the minute.
Yeah. Onwards and upwards for him. And Annie, welcome to my guy. Hope you're okay. And good win for you on Saturday against Derby. And I was talk about your team in a bit. I want to talk about Joelinton. And I don't know if you watched him. Has he improved and has he turned the season around? Or around?
I'd say yeah. I'd say he has turned his season around. But I'd say if this is little like if it's just a tiny bit of a rise, then I'd rather if he didn't, almost in a way. But I suppose he kind of needs these run of games to try and improve and kind of piece together a bit of his Newcastle career, because at the moment, or before these previous games, it's just going downhill. And I think he's done well these last few games. But what I've been reading on Twitter, what I've been hearing from streams on YouTube, I've been reading, hearing some very good stuff about him. So I think yeah, it's been positive from Joelinton. I think he needs to continue this, but if it doesn't continue, then something's gonna have to change.
Yeah.
So the reason why you got to play him left or right is because the weakest part of his game is actually finishing, so you can't put him for the centre. The weakest part of the game is a bit of a jigsaw when he gets in the box, isn't he? But hopefully a goal or two will boost his confidence as well. So anywhere along the top of the box, to top of the striking, left, right, or centre, maybe sooner or later, maybe he'll get his confidence up and the goals will start to roll in as well.
Did you hear the news?
What?
Seven of the first team players for Leicester have COVID.
Yeah. Good thing we got our outbreak last season, because I don't think we'll get those again.
I was amazed Carl Darlow got it. It's first in his court for fucking months.
I've had it twice.
Yeah, I saw in Paul's Discord.
I mean, first of all, I hope they get better soon, but not at our expense, by the way. But we got to go to Leicester and do our bit as well, which I'll come on to later on. And I got some comments from Geordie too. The fitness level stands out so much. But as fans, we knew this even though the media didn't. And know some good coaching will now have new players. I have to agree with that one on that one. Well, these training videos at Prestigious this year is like military football training sessions. So it's well should be. Boosts up the confidence out of most players. A few to mention, a few to care. I got tunes out, so I'm coming with 40 million price tag and not performing, getting slated every game. It's going to mess with their confidence. Now he's getting the coaching he needs. When he first came, he's getting his belief. Well said, mate. Well said. Good to see Joelinton shoot with his right foot in training. I would say he does it in on the pitch and scoring goals. And I've got every faith in this guy now. I really, really do. I've got two of those. I've got feeling we win Leicester. I'll win the lads. I've got one sentiment. He's a gooner. Hello, Julie lad. Lots of crap, hello. Well, we're talking about the match on Saturday, and we're also going to talk about a little bit about Crazy Crouch as well. Basically saying the takeover. I'm going to come on to that one now. Starting you, Ryan. Basically, that she's basically saying that the takeover still would have passed the regulator. Would you believe a word she say?
I think it was going to happen regardless, to be honest. There's just a thing in the making. I don't know why there's talk about if the takeover was going to happen or not. Like, it happened. Like, if these rival Premier League clubs fans have a problem, then suck it up.
Yeah. These people need to turn it in now and just move on back to all that, because at the end of the day, and
it's like that your video yesterday too, John. Like, the thing is that, like, if these Premier League clubs like declining to sell players to us, like, I think is a load of crap. The thing is, if we give in an offer, and if a player wants to leave any club, there's absolutely no chance. Well, there is, but like, especially like if we're going for lower end teams, like, they can't have much pulling power over most of these players. Like, if they want to leave, they leave. Like, there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because at the end of the day, I mean, the agents as well. If I was an agent, say I was as an agent, Jamie Vardy, for example, right? He came to say, look, I want to leave Newcastle. Not Newcastle, I want to leave Leicester City because they're stopping him. Then I would be absolutely furious. I would go to Leicester and say, look, Jamie understands he wants to leave the club. He wants to move to Newcastle. He wants a new challenge, etc. And you're telling us that you cannot leave because you don't do business in Newcastle. Yeah, let's be real. And it's not going to work. Do you agree with that, Sam? It's not going to work. Money talks.
Yeah, money talks. It'll not stop me. If players want to go, players want to go. If agents think that their players going to get a better deal elsewhere, they'll go. You can't stop it. Teams will eventually have to sell. Harry Kane's a prime example at Spurs because if we put a stupid bid in for him, you can guarantee that the agent will go, you might get a better deal at Newcastle. Get yourself up there. There's nothing, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's deals like that could happen. And now because we've got money, Spurs might have to sell him to her because they might not want to, but because the player is getting a better deal because of his age as well. He's in his late 20s. It'll set him up better for when he's finished playing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because what it is, at the end of the day, we want the best for the club, and etc. These clubs are so rattled, right? Because they don't want to do it because they're scared. You can tell, Billy, at the end of the day, you can tell they are scared, rattled, because we're going to be a threat to these clubs next season. I mean, if we don't want our money, that's fine. But we just go out there and we buy someone else sort of thing in Europe sort of thing. But one thing I've got to say to you, if you want one of our players, I'd tell them to get stuffed because you didn't want to do business with us in the first place. We're not going to do business with you.
Yeah, and it's not, at the end of the day, it's not the clubs with all the rooster where transfers are concerned. It's the agents, isn't it? And they force moves left, right, and centre. It's not a good thing in my opinion, but that's the way it is. But I think the key thing of this Tracy Crouch thing is that the takeover, she said, would have gone ahead, but it would have gone ahead 18 months ago and not waiting a year and a half for it to happen. So what position would we have been in now had this independent body had been in control? We could have been challenging for the top 6 or whatever. So that's the answer you've got to look at. And her independent review has kind of proved that the Premier League is biased and against clubs wanting big takeovers and adhering to what the Big Six wanted. It's there in black and white. It would have happened. It would have happened when it first went through. So that's the big thing to take from it. The Premier League are corrupt and are taking orders from the so-called Big Six, and that's what you've got to take from this Tracy Crouch review.
Yeah, man.
It's like people like the Glazers, Daniel Levy, FSG. They all have the pulling power over people like Richard Masters because it's like a monopoly basically.
Exactly what it is. Yeah.
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Or just tell them to get stuff. It's got nothing to do with them. Yeah, if you want to go for a player, if you want to bully the players out of their clubs, we'd be quite happy to do that sort of thing. There's not a lot you can do about it. Dublin, do you agree with that, please?
I think agents control the football, control where all the players are. So, and the agents have a lot more power than the clubs think they have, and so do the players. But look, even if you have to do it the hard way and just fucking find good foreign players that aren't in the Big Six already and beat them, and then just keep getting better and better and actually pass them, even though they try to set it like all these barriers up to keep us back. If we still smash through the barriers and overtake them, what can you say then? Like if we can get on top when they've tried everything in their power to try stop us doing it, they can't say anything about it, and we can just laugh at them.
Yeah, exactly. Totally agree. And Annie, I forgot I left you out as well. I mean, do you think these top clubs will do business with Newcastle United, or they're just being a bit silly?
No, I think they will do business, especially with the money you're offering at the moment. They'll definitely do business. I think especially if you dip into the Championship market, I think you'll definitely get business there. You try and buy the best Championship players, you'll get teams waiting to sell them almost because of the money you can potentially offer them. I think it's just a bit of media nonsense, to be honest. I don't think why they'd stop from doing business with you. I think it's pretty ridiculous, the media reporting it, because it just seems brainless to not do the business with Newcastle at the moment. Because if they offer you double in the first place, double if you what you think the player's worth. So, example, a player's worth to them 10 million, but Newcastle offer 15 or 20, they'll accept it, and that's what Newcastle can potentially do. They can probably risk paying 5 million more, 10 million more, than and maybe try and gain the club to sell them. So I think it'd be pretty brain dead really for any club to not do business with Newcastle.
I think it'll just be the case of overinflating like prices. That's kind of the one thing I don't want from us is to pay over the odds. I don't care for the richest club. I don't want to like pay over the odds like for certain things because it'll just seem like we're desperate almost. But we are in a desperate situation though, kind of.
I think in the January market, I think it's always going to happen. Because it's just
middle of the season.
Yeah, teams when you go after a target or 2 or 3 targets in the same position in a January window, then
there's time to replace the players.
Yeah, and there is clear signs of desperation as well. When you don't do any January business, I think that's a sign of a good team and a well-organised team and a good squad. But when you're after players in January, and we know that Newcastle will definitely be after around 3-4 players in January, try and keep them up. They will bump up the.
I've heard people say that we'll buy 6-7 players in January. I mean,
no, you won't.
That's I cannot see that happen. Like it's just it's too short of a period for that to happen.
Yeah, you first of all the owners have only come in. How long was it ago? 2 months.
8 weeks. About 8-9 weeks.
Yeah, so around 2 months really. So they first of all they need to try and settle in. Obviously they've hired Eddie Howe, sacked Steve Bruce, they've got rid of the backroom staff, Lee Charnley. So that would have taken already 2 months. So I don't think now hiring a recruitment team based on their ambition, and then after that getting the players you need, like targeting.
That's why I'm not too worried if we have a director of football right away because I feel like I'd rather have Eddie Howe get what he wants in January rather than a sport director like later on. And I'm fine with that.
But I still think it takes time. So I think Newcastle might be a bit like a chaotic kind of transfer window potentially because
I want quality over quality.
Yeah, we're only like 20 odd days away from the January window, so we are getting quite close to it. I think Newcastle will definitely need about at least 3 players. I think you need players in the back line, midfielder maybe to just support that Shelvey, Villock, Hayden combination, and then maybe a left back. I'm not sure about Jamal Lewis yet, but apart from that, I think you'll be fine. You won't be fine. You need some players.
Yeah, I totally agree there. We do need some players there. And Jim said, John, 2 year time when Joelinton is gone, what will you say? I would just say if he goes, I wish
John will take a break from YouTube.
And morning,
John will hand over his channel to me.
I'll go on the marks as well for Joelinton in a minute, sort of thing. Like, guys, I'll come back on a bit later on. And breaking news: Ronaldo can leave PSG, and PSG are willing to listen to offers for Ronaldo on Sky Sports. Would you take him back, Ryan? Ronaldo?
I would honestly, but I just cannot see it happening, guys. Like, I've looked into it. Like, he's not. Lack of play time, but like he's played a decent amount of minutes, and like I feel like he's going to be needed for the Champions League, like in the knockout stages. I can't see it happening.
They're literally saying he can go out on loan. Even Arsenal's an option for him. They're literally saying it's on Twitter and everything.
What, on Sky Sports?
Sky Sports and on Twitter.
Wow, I tell you what, though. I mean, dude in midfield in the Arsenal team definitely so far. I'm not sure about Xhaka though. Brilliant for Switzerland. I'm not sure about him for Arsenal though, let's be real. But we'll see. I've got 36 people watching live. Please do subscribe and do hit the like button as well. And do subscribe to us as well. I've got 1,408 people. Thank you very much indeed for that. Got Charles. We don't need Prem players. We need good footballers with good brain and fitness. Go back to Tangi. Just imagine Eddie Howe got manager of the month for December. What a statement that would make to the Premier League. Eddie Howe for the manager of the month.
We only had one game in December. You can't really judge it after one game, John.
I mean, I'll put the question out there. Me personally, I'm not sure. Could be Steven Gerrard. You just never know.
We talking about November this month.
If we're talking about December, John, we need to judge it after December. We need to judge it in January, don't we?
November.
Yeah.
November, no way.
I mean,
if we go and beat him during December, we'll get manager of the month. Absolutely no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Imagine we do get 12 points. Imagine we do get 12 or fucking 15 points. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Tell you what, though, that'd be amazing. If he keeps us up, then he deserves a gong just for keeping us up, by the way. And Tuesday, to be honest, I don't think it's on any pen players in January as the other 90 clubs wants us out. And with the inflated price tag, when we'll start asking, well, we spoke about that, by the way. And I've done the last video regarding that. And Carl said, most players have buyout clauses in the contract. We'll smash it. A new cat case will come next year if they don't change the victimisation of Newcastle. That's the first I heard of this. Really?
Well, the sponsorship stuff and all that carry on. It's begging for a cat case, isn't it? It's anti-competitive.
And we still have all the dirt that we have on them sitting there in a nice little foil folder, I think.
I mean, how is it right that Leicester can call their stadium the King Power Stadium and yet you have all the stuff that comes with that?
Yeah.
And the Etihad and things like that, and yet we can't do that. We can't do that. It's anti-competitive in its in definition, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, you need to get that sort of that ASAP because honestly, man, we definitely need a new sponsor. We definitely need.
They obviously have something sorted out, John, if they're out there taking down the Sports Direct ones.
Which is good.
So they obviously have something sorted or on the way.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I can't wait to see what's going on. What's going on at putting a new sponsorship down the stadium. It's going to be much better. We definitely got our club back. Really.
It'll be some Saudi Arabian logo with a palm tree at the end.
Yeah. A man call, yeah. Definitely. It's going to be Saudi Arabia.
There'll just be zebras. There'll just be pictures of zebras everywhere, won't there?
Oh, yes.
So, yeah. I personally think Spurs with all the club that won't deal with us. But do we need any of their players? Some would be nice. I can't see it happening. There's just no way. I mean, Harry Winks is one of them. But
I wouldn't mind Harry Winks, to be honest.
Would you take him, Ryan?
I think he'd be some competition for someone like Shelby. He's younger too.
Yeah.
He's for me, when I see Harry Winks, he seems composed in midfield, which I feel like we need more of almost.
That's very true. And the thing is, right, I mean, we do need players coming through. Jess Lingard's name's been mentioned quite a lot. Aaron Ramsey's name's been mentioned quite a lot. And
he's made of glass.
I don't want players made out of glass, to be honest.
That's the thing. Decent player, but he just gets injured all the time.
That's like Ousmane Dembele. This guy could have been at Mbappe's level, but he's been injured all the time.
That's the thing. That is the thing. But we got some good coaches there, and maybe we could have Pat Cummins up front as well. Everybody's slashing 6.
Pat Cummins?
Yeah.
He's a cricketer.
He was a footballer. I have him up front. He smashed a lot of them. I got Tunza. It's not just about offering over the odd prices. Players don't want to come to any relegation battles. Teams, look where we are in the league. Tunza, we're going to stop this season. We've got to have confidence in this team. 5 players precisely need. Yeah, I have to agree with you. And they want the transfer prices to go down, but eagerly up the prices. Probably us, the hypocrites. That's probably true, Charles. We just need to do what Everton Director Football did. Waste money on average players. We can't afford to do that. We need to buy quality players.
We need a good director of football. Do not get Marcel Brands.
No, we don't want him. He's the last bloke we want.
I know. Well, I got tunes that Director of Football won't be announced until after January. I mean, we need players first.
Eddie Howe might not want one. Eddie Howe might be quite satisfied doing it all himself.
Yeah. maybe he doesn't need one. He might go to Amanda and just say, look, I don't need it.
I would trust Eddie Howe and his team to get good transfers because they've proven it before they can do it.
It doesn't matter who your manager is. If your owners have got money and you know you're going to get a wage, you're going to attract players. Would you have thought Robinho would have went to Man City when Mark Hughes was there? I mean, hello, man. We've got the money now. It doesn't matter who the manager is.
They both
This director of football thing's it's a newfangled thing anyway. They went around 20, 30 years ago. Managers used to go and scout their own players every night of the week. Maybe Eddie Howe's
such a workaholic that I feel like he'd want to do it too.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's been doing it for a year.
Yeah, he's left the training ground for 12 hours a day. That's insane.
No, but he was going around watching different managers' styles, but he was also checking out other players at the same time, probably making a list.
That point there that Ginger's making about Nixon, I mean, it's unfair to say that really, because Ashley would also always look at his third page of signings, not his first or his second one. So we don't know who his first choice were.
The thing is, too, Eddie Howe was able to attract a few players from La Liga too, like Jefferson Lerma and Diego Rico. They aren't the big name players, but that kind of just proves that you can attract from abroad as well.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for you to mention Jonathan David. I'm just gearing up for that.
I'll let you know. I think if Lille are out of the Champions League today, then I think we have to go get him. That's our marquee signing right there. Fuck Ousmane Dembele. Go get him now.
Get Johnny D. Johnny D.
That's your nickname, ain't it, John?
Eh?
Well, you know
That's your nickname, ain't it?
The Johnny Canadian commentators, when he scores for Canada, they say, "Here's Johnny." It's so good.
It's Johnny. Listen, I've got 40 people watching live. Do keep such a like button. 40 people watching this, yeah. Send a comment, yeah. Do subscribe as well. I really appreciate that. I've got hi John everyone. I think they may be transfer deals that could nearly be done behind closed doors, which I totally agree. Obviously not signed due to the January transfer window. Yeah, they could shock us. PSG runs with, I think you said that earlier on, Ginger, and then you got GG. It's a good player, much better than we have, and Liverpool wanted to keep him. That tells you need to know about his attitude. Wouldn't want to quit.
He's good player with good players around him. He was okay for us at home, but he was anonymous away from home, wasn't he?
And then you wanted to start off. You wanted to start off quick enough, and we got relegated.
No, that's right. And he's now 5 years older as well. So great player with great players around him. Wasn't so good with the standard we had at the time, and like Chipper says, as soon as the shit in the fan, he was off ski with Sissoko and that type of player and Townsend, and then no, not for me.
No, we don't want people's gonna bad attitude out of my football club whatsoever. We need someone's gonna come in and play for the badge. Just remember, I've got that. Just play. If you play for the club or the badge, the fans can remember you from the back of your shirt. It's as simple as that. Wouldn't want to put it like Gigi when he plays a tournament each and every week. Just imagine.
The thing is, though, as well, Ryan Adams, 31. Surely we can get younger and better players for that position.
True. That's true.
One of them, yeah.
John, we need to calm down. Calm down with Eddie Howe. We're not even having great performances. Pope gave us a win in the last match.
Jesus, man.
Ginger, fuck off, man.
Honest.
Every comment he makes is like a fucking wind-up merchant, man.
I'm sure he's a Macklem.
Yeah, I like Ginger's expectations, but some of the comments sometimes are a bit overboard.
I don't know, but if he's got an opinion, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you don't have to agree with it.
I don't agree with them because I think they're shocking opinions, and I think they're just he gans on like as if we're, hey, if we stay up by playing rubbish, I'll gladly take that because it means we stay up and then we can build and get better players and then we can play better. Simple as that.
Yep.
Yeah, fair comment. Was a party, not a party last year at Downing Street. One thing for sure, if we win a trophy, there's nobody stopping our party. Totally agree. Boris Johnson, hang your head to shame. You are a disgrace. The Conservatives are a disgrace. And I'll tell you something else as well, right? To make us do a COVID test soon in Italy and to do it in the UK on the same time, forget it. I'm not having that. Anyways, football chat. The supposed to sign were meant to be coming down in December, but fact, I thought it was the end. But in the contract, just stated that December, the day they started coming down, was the earliest day in December they can get. That's some tunes. Go with you. Go on, Billy. I'll go with you, mate.
About what?
About the sponsors coming down. Are you glad the sponsors has gone?
Of course, yeah. Why would you? It's fantastic, isn't it? That them signs have tainted our stadium for 14 years. They have a stain on our club, and it's a bit of history we want to get rid of as soon as possible. Now we've done it, and now all we've got to do is erase the memories of it, which has been quite easy to do, in my opinion. Because since they've gone, the football's improved since Eddie came in. So them 14 years now, it's gone to the bin of history. Let's never mention the wanker ever again.
Yeah, well said, well said. And also, if you haven't seen the video we were on Barton last week, please go watch it again, and please take a comment and a like and slash it up, like you enjoy it. So,
and did you see about his staff at Sports Direct who had COVID? He told them to go into work.
Aye.
Why is he not in a prison cell?
It's the only place he belongs.
I guess because the Prime Minister of the country is pretty similar in his ways, isn't he?
It's like any other businessman during COVID. Like they're still like rich get richer, poor get poor, I guess.
True, very true. Sorry, guys, our top size as director of football is plus there. No point you're saying we don't, because Amanda has hired a company to find director of football. I mean, if you get a director of football, cool.
He's contradicting himself. He said we're not. He said we're not a top side. Has he seen the table? We're second bottom. I mean, Jesus wept. We're not a top side yet.
I know. The thing is, right, I mean, if you get a director of football, that is absolutely fine. But they've taken long enough to get a director of football. There's plenty out there. That the guy from Liverpool, is it Edwards?
Yeah, he's not gone yet, though, is he? He's leaving at the end of the season, isn't he?
Even in the season, yeah. You got Luis Campos as well. Emanalo, even though he turned it down, they said the door's still open for him.
He didn't turn it down. He wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, off on the job.
Oh, right. I've seen that. I mean, Mad came out and said, didn't he? So
the director of football has got to fit in with Eddie Howe's way of playing and what Eddie Howe wants. Eddie Howe should be picking director of football. Really.
I think people are thinking that it's we need a director of football desperately because we're in a relegation zone.
Yeah,
I just think give it to, regardless if it's Eddie Howe or director of football, I think we'll get the right players to get us out of where we are. But as of now, I'd rather have it with Eddie Howe because he's only been in charge for a bit. Let him do all the footballing side right now and let things carry on. Like maybe next summer we can look forward to a director of football. Like
every game we're improving, so we could actually still get out of this thing. You know what I mean? Even if, with a few extra heads in, we could literally do it on ourselves without needing a director of football.
If we're out of relegation by the time January comes, that opens the door for a lot more players to come in.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people will talk about that too, because it was only last week where people said we need Norwich and Burnley are must wins, but we didn't beat Norwich, but then we beat Burnley, but it's more rosier now, I guess. It's kind of inconsistent, I guess.
Yeah, but a lot of people were forgetting as well. There was only 6 points between the relegation zone and 11th. It's a really close league this season.
People were worried about teams like Watford catching away, but they have 1 or 2 wins, then it stops for a few games. They don't get anything.
Tell you what puts into perspective, right? We're 9 points off Leicester. If we win on Saturday, Sunday we're only 6 points off them.
Yeah. There's that, and then the fact. There's that, and then the fact that how long are we actually unbeaten now? I know we drew a lot, but it's a 4 or 5 unbeaten.
2. We've had since Bruce gone 2 defeats in 7 games. One defeat in 14 times.
Sorry, I forgot about the Arsenal game. Sorry.
Hasn't it? Oh yeah.
Okay. One lost them in Chelsea, and that's it in 7 games.
Yeah.
That's
not too bad.
It's a statistic too, where we lost against. No, we didn't lose. We lost against Arsenal. And I see on Sport 5. No team has ever escaped relegation after this point in the season. But how many points did those other teams like Derby or Sheffield have when they got relegated? Probably 1 or 2. We're lucky we have this amount that we had 7 draws.
Yeah, draws were the killer for us. Like we if the lads were fitter at the start of the season and could defend a bit better, like we would have been okay.
Yeah, we would have beat Southampton if it wasn't for stupid errors. Like
Would have beat Leeds. Would have beat Watford away. Would have beat
Yes.
Southampton at home.
They didn't have the legs, and they didn't have the legs in defence. Like
Nope.
to hold out. Like
Or the quality too,
yeah. Well,
Very true.
especially the sauce.
Exactly. Come back in a
Look,
minute.
if the dog hadn't stopped us shit, he'd have caught the rabbit. So we can't really go back on the old things, can we? But what's important is we've played Burnley, we've played Norwich, and both of those were absolutely appalling. Norwich couldn't beat us with 10 men, never looked like really beating us either, really. Apart from the last minute where Charles messed up. Against 10 men, we were pretty comfortable. You know.
Yeah.
That is it.
And Burnley were absolutely horrendous Saturday. Horrendous.
I tell you what, if Burnley were like that, so like they did on Saturday, they'd be relegated 100%. They got good players, but they were very, very poor. So,
And
With
there's
Cornet out, they
and
haven't got the X factor. They've got nothing.
How long's
That's very
Cornet
true.
out for?
I don't know. He's done his store a couple of times now, hasn't he? So I'm guessing at least 2 or 3 weeks.
But and the fact that there's always one team that just falls apart again, like you know, like and falls down for a good few games until you get a new manager, like what Villa were doing for a while, weren't they? Was it Villa who collapsed earlier on?
Yeah, Crystal Palace is doing it at the moment. If you look at Crystal Palace, they're not far above the relegation zone,
They had a
and
good
they're supposed to
start.
be having a fantastic season.
Yeah, it just falls apart, man. They just have a patch of form and it dies off.
I've got every confidence in this team staying up this season, but I'm realistic in where we are in the league. With the players we have, and you can attract in January. No player want to fight where we are. Fair enough. Big up to Russell. He's a booler, and they lost the last 2 games. Sorry about Ross, mate, and you pick up very, very quickly. I think Nicolas Soul will be a good centre back for us if he's fit and willing to come to England. And also, I tell you what, one day, this one, Ginger, you can stop half this shit in my face because I'll speak the truth, which you won't. I'm sorry. I sat through the harsh sure the club I've been since Aussie ruined us. That's Aussie RD, by the way. We have to go out all attack and get Jesse. It will be a marquee transfer. I tell you, I'd take him. Would you take him, Annie? Jesse Lingard to Newcastle, or do you think you'd go to West Ham?
There is going to be a lot of competition for Jesse Lingard. I'm 100% sure of that. With what he did at West Ham, January onwards last season. Yeah, I think West Ham will be in for him again, as you mentioned. I think he'd be a great signing for Newcastle. Great signing, and I think he'd add. What Joe Willock I thought was going to add a bit of dynamism in the midfield, a goal scoring threat. And I don't know what's happened with Joe Willock because he's not had that attacking threat this season. But if Jesse Lingard can add that and I can add goals from midfield, then I think Newcastle will massively benefit from that. So yeah, if you can add Jesse Lingard, that'll be an excellent signing. And also because he's versatile as well, can play maybe as a false 9 out wide as well if you want him to fill in there. But yeah, as a 10, I think he'd be a great signing.
Yeah, so it's a good answer there, Andy. I've got 50 people watching live. 50 people has gone up and keep smashing the likes up, people. Just keep smashing it up and just keep watching us, yeah? We've got 5 fantastic people on my channel, so, and smash it up.
Chat.
Yeah.
The thing about Lingard, John, is there's 2 things. If he goes to West Ham, is he assured of getting an air side now? They've moved on. They're top 4th in the league without Lingard. Does he replace Ben Rama? Not every week, I wouldn't have thought. Well, at Newcastle, is assured of a place. We've got more money. We're closer to Manchester, where his little girl is. I think we're in prime position to get Lingard. I think we will get him.
And it's a World Cup,
He could upset the apple cart if we went into West Ham again because they have it all kind of working in the way they want. Like
we've also got to remember, chaps, it's a World Cup, yeah, so everyone wants to play. They don't want to be sitting on the bench.
That's very true.
And of course, can offer a lot more of that than West Ham can. So
yeah, that's very, very true. Very, very true. Think about it, Jesse. You know where our club is. Eddie Hammond, I want to do said that. And quite honestly, I think Eddie would buy good players. That's very true, John. Stick to my how we thinking then we could have the next Arsene Wenger or Alex Ferguson, eh? Ryan.
You don't know, do you?
You never know. He could be the English.
He could be the next Terry Burton as well, though.
Yeah.
He could be the next Stephen McLaren or anything in that. So.
It's true. But Joelinton again, trusting Eddie. We've not had a director of football in the past, so let's get on with it. Up them, lads. We're definitely stopping, lads. Yes, that's what I love to see. But Davey, well said, my guy. Davey Eddie, hope you can do subscribe to my channel, mate. That's the first time I believe. Sean Lingard's obviously a great signing. What are the 3 words I normally say when Newcastle go behind?
Trust.
Just the process.
It's the only PR word I want to hear at this club. I don't want to hear Project Youth or like whatever Arsenal use.
It's a project. You don't want to hear it. I'm right. You know
He just needs time.
My guy, my Arsenal guy, my guy says just a process as well, by the way. I could mention his name.
Wow, he's bloody name. You've said it enough times more. Remember it?
Yeah. Going to be leaving to end the season, have seen different line up. That's the point where we're knackered after 70 minutes. I personally think. Yeah, that's true. I personally think the teams above us have run out of steam, and I think we play like we have in the last few years, we can get big wins. And then I've got. Did anyone read the story in the Chronicle about the Strawberry Players developer being in trouble? The power went off, and I could find it. What was that all about?
Yeah, the people that bought that bit of land next to the Strawberry pub that Mike Ashley sold to them have gone into administration. So all things being well, we can buy that bit of land off them and extend the Gallagher again.
Oh my God,
that is terrible, man. That's absolutely shocking. That's absolutely awful. That I mean, it just goes to show. It goes to show that
what's awful about it?
What's bad about it?
That's bad. Shocking.
What's bad about it? We can buy a bit of land and make the stadium bigger.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant news. That bit of land we owned before, Mike Ashley sold it to this private company to build on next to the Strawberry, where all that scaffolding is and building work. That's stopped now because the company have gone into administration. So all things being well, we can now buy that bit of land back and extend the Gallagher. It's great news.
Is that Annie or somebody else on the bottom left? Is that Annie or somebody else? It just doesn't look like that because that's not Annie.
No, it's not.
Who's that? Who's that?
Who the hell's that?
Who's that? Annie, who is it? I don't know.
Looks like Reece James, the comedian.
Annie, who's that?
I have no idea.
He's probably a Bristol City player.
Have you been hacked?
I look like bloody Miguel Delaney.
1 second.
What
the hell?
Wow. I don't
Did
know.
you change your profile picture?
That's better now.
Is that your Grindr profile?
Wow.
No idea what that was.
Weird, that, wasn't it?
It is. I've got a comments on because I've got loads of comments on this quick as I can. We'll talk about other things as well. The league would be terrific. He would get playing time here, but he looks happy sitting on the bench in Liverpool.
He's not coming here.
Yeah, not a lot of ambition. Not a lot of ambition in Origi. You know, he's got to be an international career just by sitting on the bench every week, and he's happy doing it. But see the sound of it.
He's happy picking up wages. He wants to sit on the bench for Liverpool. Well, good luck to him. He's a decent player, but he's not going to get much time. Sits on the bench. It's as simple as that. There are players who will improve the squad and will be up for the fight. Those are the players we will target. Yeah, that's
big picture. It's all about the big picture.
Exactly. I've got my wall after Abigail in the cut soon. She's got a lovely comment as well. We're going to buy everyone after the World Cup. Fair enough. If you attract one marquee sign, I'll go around the table. I'll start rewriting. If there's one marquee signing, who do you think you'll attract more? You keep saying Johnny D, don't you?
Here's Johnny.
There's Johnny. It's Johnny.
Chippers has got that line made up when he fucks up though. Go, David, man. He's never saying that on streams.
I'll take Ethan Naki's in art.
Oh God, man! That's right. I didn't think it would stoop to level 7's level.
Go
You
on
know
then,
what? You know what, Sam? I saw that stream a million times. I thought it was the funniest thing.
What's that? What's that?
Jason's streamer level 7 farted.
Oh my god!
On Sunday.
And
They
Ryan,
went for they went for shit.
Ryan, I tweeted about my science subjects, and you said the science behind Dave's fart, and I was like, "What the hell are you on about?" And I was like,
So,
"Oh, what the hell are
Do
you
you
on
know
about?" And then I checked.
Do you know Storm
I sent
Barrow?
it
That
to
was
you.
that was level 7. Storm Barrow was level 7.
Oh, wow.
And he was able to carry on, but yesterday I got fucking sin bin off Paul.
But you farted, you?
No, I didn't fart. I
right.
just came back with a smart answer to his
Oh
smart
yeah,
question. Like.
I was laughing at that too.
The thing is, we now know why the Newcastle United stewards put Dave in level 7 on his own. So quite obvious, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant, man. I mean, I'll go around. What would you say Chip has? What Marquee signing? Who do you think he'll take?
I'll turn into Paulie and say Connor Cody.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Someone like Raul Jimenez as a striker as well, just as a link, like and probably Joelinton as he's called.
hey.
Fair enough. And what about you, Dolan?
Well, we have the money now. We could probably ask Shearer for some DNA and clone him.
Oh, class.
That would be. Imagine you could actually do that. Like that'd be fucking mental. But yeah. I haven't really thought about it. I honestly haven't really thought about it. I just want to see when we have a target, just going out and getting the target instead of him and hawing about it and going, I don't know if we can do this, and trying to haggle with the other team. Just go out, go. That's my target. I want him. Buy him. Grand. Like no stress, no fucking. Get the business done early in January. Let them bet in. That's all I want to see. I don't mind. I don't have set players because there's a lot of players that are all hyped up that I just go. I don't see what everyone else sees in that player. Like I don't see the good attitude, and I don't see like what everyone else sees. I like to see a player who gives us all, and like he mightn't be the best player in the world, but if he gives us all, I'm happy.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair comment. And go on, Billy.
Well, I'm with Chippers. I think Lingard would be a massive statement, as would Trippier, as would a top quality centre half. And I don't mean Tarkowski. I mean someone of the Cody ilk or Sule from Bayern Munich. Those three would be fantastic. Really would be.
Yeah, fair enough. And Annie, what about you, mate? I know you're not a Newcastle fan, but who do you think will come?
Don't say Danny Simpson.
Obviously, Danny Simpson will also come.
God.
Yeah, I think you need a right back, and I think Danny Simpson is the perfect candidate for the job.
What about Obertan?
I think Jordan Rhodes is also an ideal player.
Jordan
for
I'll tell you what, we'll take Fred Eastwood now. He's available.
Anton Deck's also available on the free agent market.
Nah, that's too far. I mean, you've gone too far now. We've just killed it.
Curtis Johnson might be available pretty soon as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we need a scarecrow in the back, don't we?
You need a leader.
You guys
Oh,
I wonder if Johnson knows when we could get them.
Wow. I mean, for me, I would say Lingard. I would say Kieran Trippier. Vialovic would be a fantastic signing. Casey would be a great signing for Milan, sort of thing. So, yeah.
Oh, God, how long? I mean, that was weird.
Yeah,
What's somewhere from bloody Italy?
No, to be fair, John's onto something there. Two very good players, to be fair.
Thank you very much, Annie. Thank you. And I'm going to Abigail as well. Big up to Abigail. Hope you're okay. Director of football seems to be a must. And among these big money orders, so I expect they will want one in place. It is how the structure works these days. Yep, I have to agree. Need a director of football, in my opinion, sort of thing. If
Yeah.
it works, it ain't
Oh,
cool.
God.
I thought John's 3 words would just be just one Cornetto. Thank you very much indeed. I feel
Just 1 foot long.
What Jurgen said on Match of the Day. Said, "Oh, he's a fantastic striker. I wish he was there as was a manager out there. He can play him. Put him in the window." And I've got Davey. Oh my God, we can buy that lad. Fantastic. And I'll just go back up a little bit.
That's huge if we can get that land. It really is, and I'm sure we can get it because obviously our owners have bottomless pits for pockets. So it's a massive investment and one that will pay off as well with the extension of the Gallagher. If we can get 70,000 fans in that ground, imagine that.
Yeah, that's very, very true. That'd be amazing. We definitely need a grand extension if we can get that sort of thing. I still miss about these flipping comments, by the way. And I'm sorry, we got
No,
why No. We all want to see a plan of action. F the nonsense and bloody feel of the rough Italian, noted to the cells, time they were scrabble. Things is, and what Manchester getting time these days, Eddie could go on next season. We don't know. What now seems like this pair of owners is out this. I don't know what's wrong with you, Ginger, mate. I really, really don't get, but just be positive, mate. Just be positive. We got a club that, man. Can build Gallagher up because the Metros below, no pilling can be done for ground support. African nations in January, Liverpool won't want them to leave. That's my point.
Fair point.
So you're telling it was like Ashley's son-in-law's gone scam because they didn't get the land off Ashley. Okay, cool. O'Guinness in a winning team, working one of the best coaches in the world. Not much could persuade any player to leave Liverpool. Well, but would you obviously sit on the bench or come to Newcastle and become a hero sort of thing there? Or really is a starting in winning team, being coached how to come off the bench, not exactly what players dreams about. You need to play 90 minutes of football. I've got Lee as well, big up to you, Lee, my guy, even lad, and 40, which is okay, cool. Then Vincent Diaz, Origi would be 4 players I'd rather take. I said Vincent Diaz as well. Would you take Vincent Diaz, guys? Blackburn.
Ooh. Can I just say something? Can I just say something?
He's in Copa America, to be honest. But I don't know.
Because obviously I am the expert on Ben Burson Diaz. He's his second top scorer in the championship this season. Third behind Solanke. And I think he stood out in a Blackburn team who don't create many chances. And I think with obviously his Chile debut, I think he's really like gone on the spotlight.
Yeah,
Chile.
I saw him play.
No, I was going to say Chilean. I was going to say Chilean, then I just stopped. Chile debut. And I think he's under the spotlight now. So I think if Newcastle gets him, and I think also his contract expires this summer, so I think he'll get him for cut price. But
that's quite remarkable. He's playing well when he's contract up in the summer, isn't it? We've seen that a few times in the past.
But I think if you get him, I think he'll be a coup, definitely.
Well, for me, no.
One second, John. Jippers, have you ever seen him play? Thought not.
Yeah, I watched the AFL every bloody week. Before this season, he'd only scored the same amount of goals as he scored this season over his career. So that tells me he's playing for a contract elsewhere. Nothing else.
I mean, it's pretty good for the under-19s, and he didn't really get a look in at Forest. But I just think we need established players at the moment, not.
Yeah.
I saw him play
potentially.
I saw him play at Copa America, and he looked pretty good. But at the same time, like the quality in Copa America is like pretty low. When he's playing against Bolivia, like it's not really the greatest, but so anyone can look good.
So if you give marks out of 10, I mean, how many marks out of 10 would you give him, though, Ryan?
For Premier League standard, probably 5 or 6.
And Andy Ruda?
Probably a 7.
A 7. Fair
7,
enough.
pushing an 8, I think. 7 pushing an 8, yeah.
Pushing an 8. Fair enough.
For Premiership.
No, not for
Premiership.
Premiership. Just no, not for Premiership. Premiership standard, I'd say a solid 6. I think he'll score goals, but not to the
Is he a
standard.
striker or is he a winger? Like, I don't know.
He's a winger. He's a winger who comes in, but mostly
Okay.
can play as a striker. I think he'll definitely play as a striker in the future, yeah.
Fair enough. I've got Stephen, so happy to see Sportsnet sign are now putting the skips where they belong. Well done to that comment. The league is going to the Champions League. Tripping focus on the next stage of Champions League. I'm not switching that relegation battle as. Not every player enjoys battling to stay up. That's well up to Abby. John wants Brewster.
I mean, obvious. Of course, Rhian Brewster scored against us. Typical.
There you go.
Bloody
If
typical.
they enjoy sitting on the bench, I would question their character and talent, actually. So if they just want to leave Liverpool, that's fair enough for me not to want him. Abigail, well said. Well said. Only one person I want to play for the badge and want to comment with us, not with that attitude. Would you take... Nah, I will not answer that question, Lee. And Benteke. To be fair to Benteke, he's not a bad player for me. I mean, he has been scoring goals, let's be real, but he's missed a lot of games.
I'd rather have a Lego Stratton than bloody Benteke.
I mean, Allegra Stratton, I hadn't even heard of it till 11 o'clock this morning. By
Aye.
4 o'clock, he'd gone. I thought she was
till
off
last night.
She made that joke, didn't she? And then she resigned, didn't she? What an absolute muppet.
She's available on a free transfer now because she's quit, hasn't she? So she's a free transfer.
Yes, actually. And I've got Johnny D, who is ideal signing. He's got a very bright future ahead of him, but I can't see us signing him. And I hope we do get Johnny D. I take him. It'll make Ryan happy, by the way. Please expand these comments. It's just a pity that we can't expand the whole of St. James's as we work out of this world if we could. We have to move to a stadium. Very good even to everyone, to you, Paul, as well, mate. To be fair, it should be offered back to the club. And I've got, why not, Union, because he's put as much distance between them and Sportsnet as possible. I've got to block a number with someone else as well. And Johnny K, do you think that they would sell the land for £6.10p?
You have to ask Paul.
Wrong channel.
He just then still be put for that. Or you can say that club I can hear with all this league winning, you have Champions League winning last minute goals, modern day job back clubs as well. He's not Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba is levels back this guy. Let's be real.
And whenever he started, he's done nothing, has he? So, you know, they're going to be using him after the African Nations.
Scored yesterday when starting, Billy.
He did.
Yeah, but I mean, when the African Nations come, he'll be playing.
He plays for Belgium.
No doubt about that.
Yeah. The thing is, John, championship strikes don't fit in this league. Look at Mitrovic, 30 plus scores and only 4 in the Prem last season. Well, you could say
didn't get a chance in the Prem. Didn't get a chance.
What?
Oh,
He played most of Fulham's games.
He played the whole season for us, didn't he?
Did
he? He played the full season.
Did he? Oh, is that why? Is that why Fulham signed Josh Madger? Is that why Fulham signed Josh Madger and played Bobby Reed up top?
That's
He
it.
played the whole season for Newcastle in the Premiership. He was shite.
Oh.
He's got better for me. He's ridiculously good.
And you look at Dwight Gill's another example. Dwight Gill's another example. That's all he is, a Dwight Gill.
Please do not compare Dwight Gill with Mitrovic. Please don't.
Well, they have the same record whether the Championship and they can't do it in the Premier League.
Mitrovic is so much better than Dwight Gill. He is leagues above Dwight Gill.
If he's leagues that better, why can't he do it in the same division as him? Why can you only do it in the Championship? Why can't you do it in the Premier League when he's been given
Dwight Gill in the Premier League than over Mitrovic? Dwight Gill scored pretty crucial goals for us in the Premier League too, to be honest.
I mean,
can't really say that about Fulham because they got relegated twice.
See you, John. See you. Bye.
Okay, see you later.
Having the opinion,
he didn't start against Wolves. He didn't start against Wolves. He would come on a sub.
Aye, he was a sub.
Has only been on drugs today or something?
I have an opinion. He bug us off, and we can't take our opinion when we've had Mitrovic at our club.
going with Vazza, then is Antonio will certainly step off from Dwight Gale, go with a solid 6. Yes, the haggling carry on has to stop, banging in Gillen. Then you've got Chippers, it's right. He's never been a top player. He's only caused Armstrong left. He's now shining.
No.
Oh, that's what he's saying.
Armstrong's done nothing in the Premiership, has he? Let's be honest.
It tells you it's a massive gap. It's a massive jump between the two divisions.
It is. It is a massive
Scores on
jump.
his debut and they gas him up, I guess.
He's only scored 1 goal since. He's only scored 2 goals in 15 games or something.
Something like that. But he still scored goals. He's got 20 goals this season. Mitro's got 20 goals as well. Who's the F is Johnny D? Jonathan David from Lille, mate. I just call him Johnny D. Klopp is one of the best at keeping the squad happy. If Origi gets minutes scoring in the Prem and Champions League with a great chance of winning trophies, you would only leave for a club at a similar level. Well, that's up to him. I mean, good luck. If you're sitting on the bench or it's like, good luck to him. John, hear this. Battle. If Newcastle got decent players and went on a run, who says we are in a fight? Yes, we've got to catch up, but our signings are sure where we end.
Agree with that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair come. Apparently, PSG are willing to listen to offers of Ronaldo. Would you take him back? And Newcastle, I'm 50-50 answer that one is no. Because he had his chance, but I'm afraid, and I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't take him. We need to start being realistic of what type of players join in January. Fox, I agree with you. Ali, but he's gone now. Mitchell has plenty of chances in the Premier League. Didn't take him. The moment he was done in the Premier League when he got a 3-game ban. We did that crude tackle where he didn't get.
Which one? Yeah, he got sent off 3 times for us, didn't he? About 2 and a bit years. Yeah.
I'll call people out. I said to you people a couple of years ago that he said that he's got a couple of red cards in him. People slated us for saying that, saying, I'm not giving him a chance, yeah? And I told you people, and I still not have one apology for that person. That's fine. Your opinion. I called you out. Players who are happy to sit on the bench knows deep down they're not up to that much. Well said. I mean, that's true. Not sure, depending on how much PSG want. If you could help score goals, then yes. I'll say no. David, I understand the defence needs serious looking at, but Dembele out on loan from Barca, paying half his wages, some kid, he's injury prone. Injury prone. Stuart, big up to Stuart, Deuce Sky to me channel, mate. Why do you not look to give some of the under 23 guys who go in the Prem, not released lot, they are not ready to play in the Premier League? Mitchell couldn't score in the Premier League. I think Annie meant the Champions League game. Fair enough. Mitchell's played 28 games. He scored something like 22 goals. He's missed a lot of chances, by the way, as well.
No, John, I think that was when he was playing the Premier League. I think that was 28 games in the Premier League.
Yeah. How much did he score?
I think was it 4? Was it? I think he scored 13 goals for us in 2 and a bit years.
Yeah, that's true. He missed an open goal against Bristol City with that free header over the bar. And I still working out why he did that. You know what I mean? We should only start looking at Championship players if we go down. We do need a couple of Premier experience. What I want to talk about Saturday's game Sunday's game between Leicester and Newcastle.
That goes ahead.
I want to know, right? Who do you think he'll play? What formation do you think he's going to play? Eddie Howe? Is he going to play 3 at the back, or is he going to play 4-4-1-1? He's going to change it.
4-4-1 or 4-4-2.
The beauty of it is we don't know for a change. It's good because it's not like Steve Bruce where it's predictable. We don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows now that who the players are that aren't going to be available for Leicester. So it'll be a case of we'll be looking at the players who could come in to replace those players and where their strengths and weaknesses are. I mean, we all know Vardy's a danger, but then if you can get at them...
He could be one of the ones out, though, too.
Yeah, because they literally said 4 first-team players. It wasn't like 4.
I think I've seen them named. I think I've seen them named, and he isn't one of them. Like, I think there's a lot. Everyone, yeah, Iheanacho.
There's no way if he is fit, there's no way Rodgers would play him full 90 in Napoli and then come back to play against us. He's too old to play that amount of minutes in that amount of time. We'll probably see Pats and Daka up front.
But he looked really good against Villa.
Yeah.
I think he'll play Daka tomorrow and play Vardy against us.
Yeah, probably will.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, also Renato Sanchez and Lil can go.
Oh,
Arsenal, 35 million. Would you try stealing? Who you think
no.
about it? Mo Salah
No.
went to Chelsea.
Oh, no.
Get it off. Go to Italy.
I think you're just looking at his time at Swansea, Sam.
Yeah, it was dreadful. I mean, I don't want a player who's already had a season in the Premier League, know nothing with it. I mean, the French league, let's be honest, the French league's a pansy league. It's rubbish now, man. It's rubbish. It's an easy league.
To be fair, though, there's quite a bit of French league players that do well in the Premier League, though.
It's been a while since. They have. I mean,
Fofana.
I mean, for Newcastle, I mean, apart from Kabay and Ben Arthur, I mean, everyone else either wanted to bugger off.
Same maximum, you could argue, probably.
Well,
we brought him from Nice.
I still think
in terms of output, no, but for our level, yeah, because the guy would carry us through most games with his dribbling.
I mean, Renato Sanchez is a massive gamble. We don't know if he can do it in the Premier League or not.
Especially for 35 million. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's a big gamble.
The thing is, too, is tournament football is so much different from league, and I feel every time I see him for Portugal, he looks really good. But that's knockout football is way different.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We need to start expecting to sign players from Barca while we're in the relegation scrap. That's a fair comment. It might look world class against Blackpool, Millwall, and Reading, but he can't do it against Premier League sides. Don't be silly, Ron, going down Aston Villa. Millie, do subscribe to my channel, miss. I believe it's your first time.
That's a woman. John, that might be a woman.
Penalty, Bayern Munich.
Well, now who's going to
tackle Davies?
Davies scores from it there, by the way. I think sometimes just to turn back to attention, remember our target seed is 17. Let's not get carried away. That's from Jack.
That's out the box.
Ooh. For the last 30 years, money has talked in footy. I don't see why that should change for Newcastle. Well said, Abby. Like I said, if you don't want to do business with us, we shan't do business with you. Simple as that. Yeah, you always believe you can sign names and out. Nothing like a Lingard, Trippier, Cordy, or Tarkowski. Get a few foreign players who can climb the table, but as our backline and team works these people. I agree with your backline. You need a defense fixing, yeah? But I will not bring in a foreign player that's going to come to the Premier League fighting relegation. It'll be a culture shock to them. I think we can get a result against Leicester, but I think maybe get a 4-4-2 formation. That's fair enough. Yeah. Obviously, Origi isn't job back. You can expect a cut winning goal from title winning goal. Origi is now that guy. That's what I meant by the comparison. Yeah, I don't think the content. I'm not sure. I love him there, but I just cannot see.
The thing is, John, is like for attracting players. Like, I feel like it's a lot easier for us to get maybe a fringe player from PSG than it is from Man City, for example. Like these top teams, because Man City, like, it's just like they're selling it to another Premier League team. They don't really want to do that, but like. Say if we go at PSG and we ask for Diallo or Thilo Kehrer, I feel like they'd probably be willing to sell. Or someone like Icardi who can't even get in over PSG's front three. Like,
yeah,
like but PSG are run by Qatar.
Yep.
But we've done deals done in the history or like previous.
Yeah, I know, but we didn't have Saudi owners then.
You think that'll actually be a factor?
They hate each other. It was the Qataris who were trying to stop us getting the takeover.
Yeah, and their president he's Qatari. Okay, I don't know.
That's very true. It'd be interesting to see what happens in the summer, but I'd love to see Icardi come to Newcastle. I really would. I think
he was the first name. Like I remember being linked with the first day of the takeover. He was one of them. Him, Martial. I think those two were the first ones I've seen. Wait, go to Ginger's comment. I want to see what he said something to Sam.
Ginger's comment, Chip has. Yeah, he said if they have top players missing, we can get safer up the league.
Well, we know that.
Fair enough. Sanchez is amazing talent. If he's available, we'd be stupid not to try. That's from Eric. I know a lot of people don't agree. Chip is very, very skeptical about this guy. Jamie Vardy was on the bench against Villa, so I think he'll start against Napoli tomorrow night. I mean, that'd be a hell of a game. That's I think the way things are at the minute. I mean, Napoli's gone
There's
on.
no way we get Chiesa. No way.
But
No
let's
chance.
be honest, right? What game are Leicester prioritising? Are they prioritising in the league or they're prioritising Europe? I don't know what they're prioritising.
If I was them, I'd be.
Depending on the plan, but
Well, I heard they have to win or something. Let
Hmm.
me check the group.
apparently Leicester top of the minute, Napoli are third, Sparta, Moscow's in second.
Oh yeah, John, they're top. They're top with 8, but Spartak and Napoli have 7 points.
Yeah,
Warsaw have 6, so it's do or die almost.
yeah, do or die for any of those clubs, by the way. But I think Napoli played a strong. This is the thing about English clubs, like this in the Europa League. Yeah, Europa League is a competition you can win. You win the trophy, you get in the Champions League. Yeah, just respect the league, respect the competition, stop being arrogant about it, and get on with it. Yeah, European leagues such as Napoli, Juve, and all the even Seville, right? If they get there, or drop there, Seville.
To be fair though, John, they've got 7 players out with COVID, so how can they, I mean, you can't disrespect them for not feeling the strong side because half their team's bloody ill.
Now, what I'm saying is, right, I mean, last season, right, I mean, there's a couple of fans going and saying, I don't want to play in this crap competition. Europa League is still a kind of competition. They still get sellouts as well over Europe. Do you know what I mean? Just respect.
I think people are more saying that about the Conference League now.
Yeah.
If we're in the Conference League for 5 years and we won it like a few times, not even, well, we'd be in Europa League, but if we had the chance of going far and potentially winning it for a few seasons, I'd take it because it's an opportunity to win a trophy.
So would I. And Dave said, Mike said, would you 30 years after Juve got no chance? That would be some statement. If you survive, of course, that will not happen anytime soon.
No way.
No chance. The Caster's close size makes you feel as if having all the feet items the size you need to. That's from Jordy Ian. And I'll just go down there very quickly before you get the predictions for the Sunday's game. If you're seeing some players for Leicester now, yeah, Sean, it is just true. Yeah, Leicester needs to win on Thursday to go through in the Europa League. Castore, saying off. Mitro scored more goals in one Premier season with relegated Fulham than Gill has in the last 3 years. Put some respect in Mitrovic in the year. Wow.
Aye, but they still went down and he scored how many goals? 10 or something? I mean, Jesus Christ, man. He hardly lit the world on fire, did he?
Not really. And I've got Abigail as well. Big up to Abigail. And Origi Premier League goals last 4 years, 3-4-0-2. That's not a good record, by the way. He needs to be starting games. Come to Newcastle, mate. If you do want to come, cool. If you don't, fair enough. Jibbers, I get your doubts, but for Portugal, he was amazing. He was early 20 when he was here last year. He was only a kid. But for Swansea City...
Look at Lionel Messi's the prime example as well. He was brilliant for Barcelona and did now for Argentina. So some players play better for the clubs than the country, and some play better for the country than the clubs. Simple as that. He's performed better for his country.
True. Stopping the F build on the site and our strutting a view would be great. I've got Leeswell Dubraka, he's making his formation. When Kuno Fernandez, Lascelles, Lewis, Hayden Shelby Willock, ASM, Joe, and Wilson a 4-3-3. That'd be a good formation. That bring back Ivan Toney for Millie. I'm not sure. They won 50
Not for
million.
me yet. Not for me yet.
Not yet. He needs to do more. I've got 6 people watching live, and this is fantastic. Thanks so much indeed. Qataris can't stand Saudi, so I can't see us doing any chance of deals within while PIF owes 80%. Yeah, I'm afraid that's not going to be good. Leicester will definitely prioritize the Napoli game.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Sanchez will be a gamble. In our consideration, sometimes a gamble is necessary. I'd rather keep in Hendrick.
Yeah, but you're going to pay someone 35 million pounds, someone just because they're better than Hendrick.
I think I'm better than Hendrick now. I'm about 3 or 4 stone overweight, man, and I'm a free transfer.
Well, he's on the team in a minute, though, Hendrick, isn't he? So he might play against Cambridge. You never know. Why do so many people want our all players back? Me personally, I wouldn't have them back, in my opinion. Just got to move on now. We got to move on. It's a fair comment. That's from Davey. Gale was terrific at the championship, so does Mitro. Rafa did not like Mitro. Gale has had not a real chance here. Fair enough. If then those 7 players test negative for Sundays, they will be able to play. We'll see.
They might not be fit though. That's the thing.
Yes, true. John, remember Van Dijk was a risk, but Southampton stood out after a week. Never drew out some players from abroad. He came from Celtic, by the way. He was brilliant for Celtic. It was not only the Europa League that's not expected among English clubs these days. Even the FA Cup is by close. Just look how Mike Ashley judged both competitions. He tried, correct us if I'm wrong, did he try to pull out the Europa League? Did he try to take us out the Europa League?
Yeah.
If that is true, I think that's an absolute...
It's true. It's true.
He did.
Yeah. He couldn't have the advert trip, so he said, and he didn't want to play for playing trips and all this nonsense. So he asked you if we had to play in the competition.
Did he? Oh my God. That just goes to show that this guy's got no ambition whatsoever. And I'll tell you what, Alan Parder's manager at the time, I would have just had a word with him and just said, look, what are you trying to do? We're in Europe, yeah? Let the fans enjoy it. It's not Manchester Football Club or Swastowitz FC. It's Newcastle United Football Club. Simple as that. Great show. Have fun. Have a good night. You too, Trolls, mate. Thanks very much for joining. And just go over his comments very quickly. ASM Wilson, Orange and Prawn got to take a chance. I think it'll be 2-2 against Leicester City. I got Geordies or even 2, my guy. I think it'll be 2-2 win if the match goes to heat. And Messi did now to Argentina. He won the Copa and now leading the score of all time. Get your facts straight. I don't know who's opposite Abby.
Chippers.
You won't come back. Messi is also American score at all time.
Yeah. But hold on, man. What's he done at World Cups when he's been there? He's done nothing. He hasn't turned up with them. So you can't say he has done anything when he's playing against pub international sides in South America. Like, sorry, but apart from Brazil, the rest of them are shite. It's like us when we play San Marino and bloody Macedonia and all them things. Harry Kane can score boatloads against them. But 99 times I wonder when he goes to tournaments, he scores penalties and that's it.
I want to see Harry Kane score against. I want to see Harry Kane scores against Brazil and take the game to them. Do you know what I mean? I want to see that. And people saying that Harry Kane's world class. Is he world class?
He's a world class statue. No movement in him.
Not a world class player. Definitely not a world class player. I'm going to wrap this up very quickly because I've gone on Paul's channel at 9 o'clock as well and didn't know at the time. We were predictable up to the 40th minute on Saturday. Awful. Then we kicked on after the goal instead of defending a 1-goal lead. And let's face it, the players, like Armstrong told, weren't ready for the Prem when Rafa saw them. Look at them now. 55 million for Johnny D. That's from Arsenal. They're putting a 55 million bid for him. Well, I'm not sure if I believe that or not. I doubt if Eddie can get Chipper's match fit. You don't just slash the cash because you have it. Still need to be clever in the market. That's from Foxy. What player does the lad have to come here?
Chippers.
I've said players like Cody, Lingard, Jimenez, players that, that can do it at this level and they're not going to be a gamble when you pay the money for them. We can't afford to gamble in where we are. If we go, we'll splash 30 million on someone who might do it in the Premier League while Ryan has an orgasm, fair enough, but I don't want to flip in. I don't want us to spend £40 million on a gamble. Simple as that. I want to spend £40 million on a player who's been there, done that, got a T-shirt.
In the Premier League.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Premier League experience. Apart from Kieran Trippier has played in the Premier League. He's the exception, even though he plays Atletico Madrid, and he's still a quality right back. Would you pay Lingard £200,000 a week?
Yeah, they're offering them 100 on that. Offering them 100. I think it's £100 a week on there with a 4.5-year contract or something.
That's the going rate, unfortunately. You don't compete. You got to pay for it. Spend FA when you got into Europe. We could have really kicked on that season. We needed 4 more players. We got further and need that. That's all we need. Malcolm Badalda said, whoever sold Tory should hand a head in shame. That was Rafa Benitez. Wilson's yellow card away from suspension. When will that end? He doesn't get booked. Wow.
I think it's after is it the Man United game on the 27th or the Everton game on the 30th? It's one of them. It's one of them games. I think it ends.
So, yeah, definitely. Hopefully, you get back up strike and defender within 10 days in January. You need it on day number 1. I think you should boycott the Premier League. We should buy in Europe, sod them all. Yeah, but like I said, I think that's all a threat for me. Mike Ashley didn't want in Europe because he was allowed sponsor signs in the stadium. Diddy dance.
He's getting more money.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
As Kane bottle job. Kane was world class. Have an opinion? Leo Messi turned up against the likes of Peru and Chile during the Copa America, but he on the World Cup stage. You can't say he did out though. The Copa is not a weak tournament. He is a 4-time leading South American goal scorer. That ain't out.
It is weak. Well, the other South American teams are crap. They're crap. Why do you never see them at the World Cup for? Because they're crap.
Fair enough. Have I just heard a comparison of South American nations in San Marino? Wow. Any decent player will come here on loan. Kudos to them. Or for a fight. Whoever comes to Newcastle and will pay for the fight, I'll big them up and I'm going to get behind that player. Harry Kane will never take Shearer's record. We'll see. Many great players are not around the World Cup. It doesn't mean a thing. Messi is greatest of all time. Any of you can see that.
If you do win the World Cup, it makes you a proper great, like Maradona, like Zidane, like
it makes you the
Beckenbauer,
best.
like
It
Joelinton,
makes
like
you
Pele.
actually the GOAT. It makes you the GOAT if you win the World Cup.
Fair enough. It's competition. Yeah, but either the Wayne Rooney ever shines in tournaments.
The first one, 2004. That's the only one.
That was
After that, he was shit.
That early one. Yep, we can't be gambling in January, especially in the middle of the relegation battle. If we're out the bottom 3, we have got a great chance to go mid-table. Chippers, we need to know who you're bringing in. That's from Davey.
Give me that. I said 5 minutes ago, so you'll have to watch it back.
Fair enough. Do you think, just Lingard, do you think Jack Grealish is worth 100 million? I don't.
No.
I think for the fleece, I think they'll mug them off, by the way. But then again, they're one of the richest clubs in the world. How's everyone doing? Robert, I'm absolutely fine with it. Going off there in a bit. Cordy would be number one target, to be fair. Lingard also must, as a must, I think West Ham would get him. I don't think West Ham would get him. I think we beat West Ham.
He's not sure the first team football at West Ham, and that's why we'd be a better pick for him.
Absolutely. Totally. Lingard and ASM and Wilson will be amazing up front, and Joelinton as well if he continues to play well. I agree with you, John. Grealish doesn't look like £100 million player to me, but it shows that clubs with a lot of money can spend these amounts. We should remember that. Their comment: Kane has not been world class for about a year now. And then Chippers, you are enamourous. That's from Abby.
Ignoramus.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that for having an opinion.
Well, they come on, I can say. Thing is, if Wilson gets a yellow, it's only one game. If we should miss a game, we come down. We're the richest club in the world. If we survive the season, money talks with anyone. We are going to bully teams. In that case, Götze's the greatest of all time. What bullshit. Very Götze. I think he plays for PSG. I don't know. I could be wrong. We need to be quick about getting signings in. We need to prepare now and take them in. Even to Tom will be okay, mate. I'm going to wrap this up very quickly. Lingard will be going to West Ham. That's from Matthew. Messi is a record goal scorer for the RGs. I wouldn't mind if we paid 100 million for Grealish. We may be the richest club in the world, but will we be allowed to spend it?
Can't stop us.
That's very true. Do you think the owners of the big six and the rest of them not travel into Berlin airplane or have a coffee for Starbucks while putting shit on Facebook, on Twitter? And then I've got one more here. I'm not going to read that. The anchor.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Listen, before I let you go, guys, right? I mean, I want a quick prediction for you on Sunday. Ryan, start with you, mate.
I think his mic's muted.
Ryan.
3-1 Newcastle.
Fair enough. And what about you, Sam?
2-1 Newcastle.
Billy.
3-2 Newcastle.
Oh, fair enough. And Dublin.
2-1 Newcastle.
The heart say Newcastle to win by 2-1, but I can see it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And I'm going to say 2-1 to Newcastle. Don't be surprised it's a draw. But I've got to be positive this time. We need to be positive.
What? What was that? You just went, win, draw, win. I was like, what?
Hey guys, we might be able to track Barcelona
I'm
players.
2-1 Newcastle. I'll read some comments very, very quickly before I let you guys go. And Messi also took a very poor Argentine team to the finals. You can't say he's done nothing. His World Cup goals stats is decent too. That's some Foxy.
Diego Maradona took a really poor Argentina side to actually winning the World Cup. It was a one-man team. Yeah, that's the difference.
Totally agree. Totally
What
agree.
Ronaldo did for Brazil in 2002 as well. I mean, the goals he scored. Zidane in '98.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, there's another all-time great Ronaldo. Yeah, Zidane.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Robbie Keane for Ireland.
Jeff Hendrick.
Jeff Hendrick. Yeah. I'll make some news that very, very quickly, guys. I think we'll beat Leicester at the weekend, and there are a few missing due to illness for the Bar's game. And Rogers has said that for the weekend as well, and he said 3-0 to Newcastle. New sponsors by the City game. Let's hope so. Ringwood did not even score in the World Cup until his last game when we got done by Costa Rica. That's true.
Didn't he score against Uruguay? When
it was
scored.
shocking. Costa Rica was 0-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think he might have done. And then I think he might have done. We got out to the first stage anyway. Actually, Uruguay played Portugal off the park in the World Cup, and Brazil are hardly shite. It is a better standard than you think. Aston Steve. Yeah, right.
Hello, ladies.
Serious question or
Ladies.
sponsor, do you mind St. James Park gone because we are getting a stadium deal, 50 million max? Would you change St. James's Park to a new sponsor stadium deal?
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen yet.
What does that mean to change the name of the stadium?
Yeah, like they said,
as long as they were transparent about it, and like Mike Ashley.
They always said they automatically said when they bought it that if a new sponsor came in, they would always incorporate St. James's Park in it as well. And he said they'd always talk to the fans first. So they might say Amco at James's Park or something like that, but they'd ask the fans first for their opinion.
Whereas Mike Ashley said, we can't find a sponsor, so for now we're just going to call it the Sports Direct Arena, and then never changed it. Wanker.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Just who comes to our go, and I got Foxy Grace Grace full time, and I mean Dembele is worth a chance. ASM and Wilson are injured prone. It was Dembele for Barca. If you mean that, it's fine. And
he's injury prone,
okay, but Dembele is way more injury prone than Callum Wilson or ASM. Like, he's missed way more games.
Yeah, very true. I agree. And that's from Shame is what it is. Kane's world class, no problems in Italy. 50 million max high, more than 150 million. Barca heading into Europa League. Maradona could have won the European Cup and flopped to Barca, but he's magnificent. Napoli won 2 Serie A titles and UEFA Cup since the 7-year at tenor pie. One's each against Leicester, Leicester Newcastle.
He couldn't win the European Cup at Barca because he had his leg broke.
Yeah, that was a Barca.
Goycochea did him.
What did he do at Napoli? He was a one-man team at Napoli. I'm sorry, but Barcelona were a top team when bloody Messi broke into them. Napoli were nothing when Maradona went there. And look what he did for them.
It was him and Correca, wasn't it?
That's very true. But I mean, you said the one-man Napoli, the one-man team. Yeah, they were. But at the end of the day, he carried Napoli. He actually carried Napoli. But
him and Correca.
Yeah, Correca was great. Amelia was great. It's just
and a young Zola.
Daniel Fonseca replaced Maradona, by the way. So Wolves are going to let him and their score. I didn't know that.
Well, for the right money.
He's questioning it.
When he talks, Jonathan Davis and Russell, Johnny D. Newcastle 4-3 weekend. I'm in with a perfect hat trick. Foxy, I hope you're right. Exactly. UEFA Cup, Mickey Mouse. Well, if you get in the Europa League, I'll be happy playing there for a couple of seasons. Hi, lads. Has to be 1-0 to the tune. That's fair. I've now got the last one for Davey. Can't knock Messi one bit. How could you? One of the best in my era. Best player in my era.
Yeah, no one's knocking him. He's a fantastic player, but
They're just trying
when
to
it's
say
really matters
international
in the
level.
World Cup, he's been more found wanted.
Fair enough. Unless it was just part of the team. Total utter. That's from Addy.
Whatever.
Anyway, listen, guys, I'm going to wrap up there because I've got to get ready for Paul's channel. But did you enjoy coming on my show, guys?
Yep.
As always.
Loved it. Perfect time. Loved it.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to try. I don't know what the situation with Italy on Friday, but apparently, right, that I've got to take a test in Italy, which I can understand. Then when I come back, I've got to pay £100, get another test while I land in the UK. I'm going to debate whether I should go or not, or I'm going to knock on the head because there's too much complications at the minute.
Yeah, you might get stuck like I did for the last few days.
Exactly. Things I can go there and things can change.
You might find Iggy Pop again.
Yeah. I don't want to do that sort of thing. Listen, guys, it's been fantastic on sort of thing. Thanks for coming on. And if you like my video, do hit the like button, do subscribe. And Ryan, do you have a YouTube channel yet?
Not yet, but I asked Level 7 Dave if he wants to play FIFA against me because I want to crush him on FIFA. If that happens, I'll record that. And make
That's
a video.
awesome. That's cheating. That's like playing against bloody your 10-year-old brother.
Wow. It is what it is.
I don't know. We'll see. But I have a Twitch. I have a Twitch channel though.
Twitch. That's
Yeah.
fine. So you check it out on Twitch then. Obviously, Dublin and Chippers, you haven't got YouTube, but obviously
I did, but I deleted it.
And what do you think? What about your channel there, my guy, Billy?
We've got bits and bobs. We've got a boxing show coming up. We've got a wrestling show on now, I believe. We've got the championship show Sunday. Got golf on Monday and the Four Horsemen Monday as well.
Fantastic. And my channel is John Sinclair, NUFC. I do live streams. I do interview other fans around the country. I do story as well.
John, I'll be
John, we're in the stream, man.
Because you're watching the people who are watching your channel now. I'll be if they didn't know what it was.
I know. I got channel all over the world yet. You know what I mean? And I'll just do my channel as well. I don't know if I'll go to Italy on Friday, but if I don't go to Italy, guys, I'll have to cancel it. I'll be doing a watch along for Newcastle Leicester City game.
I'm the work.
That'll be fun. Do join to that. I put my comment 2 minutes ago. I heard the Jimenez crack. I mean, I'm not sure if we was going to sell him to us, mate. I think he's happy at Wolves, to be fair, Davey. So I do apologise if I do miss your chat there. So Jamarco Parker from Robert D. I've got Ginger Game John. There's not a gang for the Wolves. Leicester won him because he's on loan and he has a buyout. I think that's down to Leipzig, by the way. So Leipzig will sort out sort of thing, but he's a good player. European chance on 9 o'clock with 2 review and John Andy. Yeah, join us for that. Still in for a link as well. We'd love to see Shaqiri here on loan.
That don't say Shaqiri, though, does it?
Shaggery.
And Shaqiri. It's not Shaggery, it's Shaqiri. It's Shaqiri. Guys, I'm going to wrap up, guys. So thank you very much indeed for coming on. And what I'll do, I'll let you know what's going on next week. If I'll come on or not. It could be yes, but we do it next week anyway. If I do go to it, I'll be back on Wednesday. We definitely do that.
Oh my gosh, what a goal from Sané. Bayern are 2-0 up against Barca. They could be playing Europa League.
That's Barca could be playing in Europa League. And I think Bayern probably win a lot this season.
Oh, Chippers had some hammer tonight.
He has, Andy. Let's be real. But we do look
I have an opinion.
Guys, I'll see you next week and have a fantastic evening. Enjoy.
See you.